What's new in Las Vegas for 2021? One of the best things about visiting Las Vegas is there's always new attractions opening, new casinos, new hotels, new restaurants to eat at, new shows to see, and so in this video, I'm going to tell you about all those new things that have opened in 2020 and all the new things that are planned to open in 2021. Now, this is the year of the pandemic, and so something a little different I'm going to do this year is I'm also going to share with you some of the significant things that have closed, because lots of things have closed this year in Las Vegas. It might be one of your favorite attractions or restaurants that's no longer there anymore. By the way, I'm Chris. This is Yellow Productions. I do travel guides that are fun, informative, and entertaining. This video, it's part of my series on Las Vegas. So if you want to see more videos on Las Vegas, like the best luxury hotels to stay at or the cheapest eats on the Las Vegas Strip, well, you'll find links to those in the description or at the end of this video. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And we're going to start with the major things that have opened in 2020. The first and the biggest is the Allegiant Stadium. This is home to the Raiders. It was completed at a cost of $2 billion. It'll seat 65,000 fans. It's an indoor stadium, but one of the things that's really neat about this stadium is it's real grass inside. How do they grow the real grass? Well, they've actually got this conveyor belt that essentially moves the grass outside so it can get sun, and then when it's game time, they move the grass back into the stadium. Now, unfortunately, during pandemic time, there have been no in-person games or in-person events. The first in-person event that's scheduled there is a Garth Brooks concert that's scheduled for February of 2021. I'm not sure I would keep your hopes up about that one, but the Allegiant Stadium website does say that they plan to host tours of the stadium soon. The second biggest thing to open in 2020 is the Circa Resort and Casino. This casino and hotel opened in downtown Las Vegas. It has a lucky number 777 hotel rooms, and it is the first new hotel to open since 1980 in downtown Las Vegas. It's also the tallest tower north of the Las Vegas Strip. Circa has a lot of neat things about the hotel, but I think one of the coolest is their stadium swim. It's their rooftop swimming pool that also has big screens so you can watch sports games. I also think if you're staying in the hotel, one neat thing is their basic rooms come with refrigerators in the rooms. Pretty nice. Now, speaking of downtown, the Downtown Gateway Arch is now complete. This is located right next to the Stratosphere. I'm sorry, the Strat, and it's this arch that lights up at night. It was completed at a cost of $6.5 million. It's trying to be the new selfie spot. You know, the other side of the Strip has the Welcome to Las Vegas sign that everybody takes a picture of. Well, downtown Las Vegas is trying to get you to come and take a picture of this. I think this sign almost gives people a reason to come down to this part of the Strip where the Strat is. The next new thing in 2020 is at the Circus Circus Hotel. No, it wasn't torn down. They've added a new ride in the Adventure Dome. It's called Nebulas. It's a thrill ride. It has 8 gondolas that hold 4 riders each and rotate guests 14 times a minute from 32 feet up in the air. This video, not from the Adventure Dome, but from the company that makes the ride at their original Coney Island location. Heading more towards the center of the Strip, we have a new opening of a Target store. The Target store has opened in the Showcase Mall. It replaces the former Smith & Wollensky Steakhouse building. This is one of Target's smaller format stores. It's about 20,000 square feet, but it's a great place to stock up on snacks and drinks, and you'll find it right next to the giant Coke bottle and the M&M store. Caesars Entertainment has opened a new convention facility called the Caesars Forum. It's located behind the Link Hotel, behind the big Ferris wheel. This venue can hold up to 10,000 attendees for events, and its claim to fame as part of the Forum is the ballrooms. There's 2 of them. They are 110,000 square feet each, making them the world's largest pillarless ballrooms in the world. Now, you might be thinking, isn't it kind of weird to open a conference facility during the pandemic? Caesars has been building and planning this thing for a long time, and so they'll be well poised when conventions and events do return to Las Vegas. And the final new thing in 2020 that I want to mention is the El Cortez Hotel in downtown has finally replaced their carpet. After how long? After 13 years. People always wonder, how often do these casinos replace their carpet? Well, now you know, at the El Cortez, it's every 13 years. And if you were one of the lucky ones in the hotel's gift shop starting January 1st this year, they were actually selling pieces of that carpet, $19 each. No, not the one that was on the floor, some old stock that they had, so it was new. So now before we get to what's coming in 2021, I want to talk about what's closed this year in 2020 due to the pandemic. The first significant closure to talk about, buffets. Lots of buffets are currently closed, but I want to share with you the ones that have permanently closed. Circus Circus has permanently closed at least a portion of their buffet. At the Circus Circus Hotel, they are reallocating a portion of the buffet space to a food court. The food court is being built out at the Circus Circus by the same company that operates the one at Excalibur, and Circus Circus says they do plan to open some of the buffet again, assuming that they can and demand warrants it. Now, the other buffet that has closed permanently at the Treasure Island has closed its buffet permanently. They've replaced that space with a sports book instead of a buffet. The plagued project known as the Drew has been suspended indefinitely. This hotel is located right about across the street from the Circus Circus. It was supposed to house the Strip's first JW Marriott. This thing has been plagued from the beginning, delays and bankruptcies. All construction is currently at a dead stop on the Drew. 2020 has seen a significant amount of restaurant closures across Las Vegas. I'm going to highlight just a few of the significant ones that have closed on the Las Vegas Strip. First up, Pok Pok Wing. This was at the Cosmopolitan in the Block 16 food court. They closed this year. Pok Pok Wing will be replaced by David Chang's Bang Bar, David Chang of Momofuku fame, specializing in rotisserie meats wrapped in Korean bang bread. A restaurant that I really enjoyed for their Singaporean-style chicken rice, Flock and Fowl in downtown Las Vegas also has closed. Heading over to the Palazzo Hotel, there's a couple significant closures here to mention. The first one is Emerald Lagasse's Lagasse Stadium. This was Emerald Sports Bar. That one, no more. The second one at the Palazzo to close was Morel's Steakhouse. This one had a strip view. Morel's, also no more. Over at Caesar's Palace, Bobby Flay's celebrity chef restaurant Mesa Grill has closed after 15 years. Now, if you still like Bobby Flay food, good news, it's being replaced by another Bobby Flay restaurant called Amalfi, specializing in Italian seafood. Bobby Flay's other seafood restaurant at the Palms Hotel is currently closed indefinitely because the Palms Hotel has still not reopened. A couple of closures to mention at the Mirage. First, the Mirage has lost its nightclub called One Oak. One Oak has shut its doors permanently. And second, at the Mirage, it's lost Carnegie Deli, famous for its mile-high pastrami sandwiches and matzo ball soup. You'll have to look other places. If you are looking for really good pastrami sandwiches, head over to the New York, and get the pastrami sandwiches and matzo ball soup over there. And finally, the hotel with the most restaurant closures on the Strip, the Aria. They've closed the Aria Cafe, Sage, the seafood restaurant Herringbone, and a pizza restaurant that I really enjoyed called 550. All four of those, no more. The one exciting thing that did open at Aria in 2020 that replaced one of those is Din Tai Fung, specializing in their soup dumplings. So if you like Taiwanese soup dumplings, check out Din Tai Fung, my favorite Chinese restaurant anywhere. Okay, now that we've got the depressing closures out of the way, let's talk about what's coming in 2021. The thing that I'm most excited for opening this year in 2021 is Resorts World. Resorts World has been in development for a long time. It's a $4.3 billion resort that has an opening date of summer 2021, coming with 3,500 hotel rooms. Particularly exciting because these hotel rooms are going to be affiliated to the Hilton Honors Rewards program. It's going to be 3 Hilton affiliated hotels, a Hilton hotel, an LXR hotel, and a Conrad hotel. There's going to be tons of stuff in this integrated resort: nightclubs, swimming pools, restaurants. Check it out in the summer. The next hotel that I'm really excited about opening in Las Vegas is the Virgin Hotel. This replaces the former Hard Rock Hotel, which I guess I could have mentioned closed last year to make way for the Virgin Hotel, but we're talking about new hotels now. What's really interesting about the Virgin Hotel is it will be the first tribally operated casino operated by the Mohegan Native American group. The Virgin Hotel will have about 1,500 hotel rooms. There's no official opening date yet, but if you go to their website, rooms are bookable starting April 7th. Now, speaking of conventions, the Las Vegas Convention Center is wrapping up its expansion this year. They're adding a new West Hall that will add 1.4 million square feet to the Las Vegas Convention Center. Where did they find all this room to build this new hall? Well, it's the land that was formerly occupied by the Riviera Hotel. When it's all said and done, the Las Vegas Convention Center will now be the largest convention center in North America. Another new thing at the convention center, the Boring Company, Elon Musk's tunnel digging company, is building a new transportation system underneath the convention center. It's essentially an underground version of Uber operated by Teslas. That's supposed to open this year in 2021, assuming they actually have a convention at the convention center. Something that may begin construction this year is the Las Vegas Loop. The Boring Company is proposing building this tunnel system throughout Las Vegas, 15 miles of tunnels with these underground automated Teslas. Should be pretty interesting if it comes to fruition. One of my favorite attractions in Las Vegas is getting a new location. The Pinball Hall of Fame, which is currently on Tropicana, is building out a new location on the Las Vegas Strip across from the Mandalay Bay. This new location will be 28,000 square feet, 3 times bigger than the current location. Currently, they have about 250 pinball machines, but they're expecting to have 700. The new location, just like the old one, will have no admission fees and all of the games operate on quarters. Whenever live shows return, the Magic Mike Show has a new home. Its new home will be at the Sahara Hotel. So for all of you ladies that are heading to Vegas for a bachelorette party, well, you can get your party on over Magic Mike at the Sahara. Speaking of the Sahara, they're building out a new restaurant row featuring some new strip front eateries. One of the notable ones will be Chickies and Pete's Sports Bar and Crab House. They're also opening their own Chinese concept called Noodle Den. Another new restaurant coming to the Las Vegas Strip is Olive Garden. Olive Garden is planning to open a flagship location above that new Target in the Showcase Mall. This Olive Garden is going to be about 12,000 square feet with a maximum occupancy of about 400 people inside. It should be a pretty nice Olive Garden because they're spending about $4 million on the renovation. One of the most unusual but maybe most interesting things to open in 2021 will be Area 15. This is an art entertainment district that's located across the Interstate 15 from about where the Trump Tower is. Area 15's website calls it a mashup of a funky bazaar, artisanal food hall, music venue, sculpture garden, and immersive experience. They say it's the evolution of the mall for the 21st century. It is sure to be interesting because the director of art content for Area 15 is one of the founders of the Blue Man Group. Now, if you're really itching to experience the Raiders and you can't do it at Allegiant Stadium right now, well, the Raiders are planning to open a restaurant, the Raiders restaurant, over at the M Hotel in Henderson. It's all kind of the Las Vegas metropolitan area, but this hotel is located on the Interstate 15. If you're driving in from California, it's the first big hotel you see on the right-hand side. The Raiders Bar and Grill will have over 30 televisions, Raiders memorabilia, bars, outdoor dining. It's sure to be a great place to watch the game on game day. Now, there's a couple more interesting things brewing in 2021, but I'm going to call this the future category of things that are being worked on this year, but will likely come to fruition in later years. The first one is the Rio Hotel. New owners have purchased the Rio Hotel, and so it's expected that they're going to do a whole rehab of the Rio Hotel. That might start this year, it might start next year, but that's the current rumor, is to expect a full rehabilitation of the Rio Hotel. Currently under construction and slated to open in 2023 is the MSG Sphere. This is a new concert venue run by the Madison Square Garden Group. It's going to be a big sphere, and instead of having speakers to beam audio to you, they're going to use things to beam audio directly to your seat. How's that all going to work? It's hard to say, but if this actually does open, it's sure to be pretty cool. If you're coming to Vegas in 2021, you might see the structure of the MSG Sphere starting to materialize right behind the Venetian Hotel. And speaking of the Venetian Hotel, rumor is it's for sale. Asking price $6 billion. Why would the owner want to sell the Venetian? Well, because the Las Vegas Sands Corporation believes that there can be more money made in Macau and in Singapore than in Las Vegas. So if you've got an extra $6 billion hanging around in your wallet, you could be the new owner of the Venetian and the Palazzo. Well, if you enjoyed this video and you're planning a trip to Las Vegas, you might enjoy checking out some of my other videos, like my video about the cheapest eats on the Las Vegas Strip, or perhaps the best luxury hotels. As usual, I won't say goodbye because I'll see you in one of these videos.